Can you say hi, Bruno, to everyone?
Hello, how are you?
Okay, we're gonna make sure that this one's it's a short one. As we've said in our previous communications, it's been quite hectic in terms of a lot of developments going on, a lot of information that has been updated. A lot of things are happening at the same time. We're pretty happy as well because we've had our team grow right now. We've had a couple of people joining the team. That's gonna be we're gonna be giving an update on that and introducing the new persons that have joined us on in our team shortly. But without we just wanted to let you know that this has also been one of the things that we've had to work with. Obviously, as you may know, letting someone into the team and making sure they're comfortable takes time as well. And we're a small team of people already, so it's nice to see the team grow. And I'm sure that this is going to yield like really amazing developments that we should be announcing. Hopefully, shortly we'll have some information for you guys and gals. So on that note, again, this is going to be a quick update. We want to make this updates short, and we've seen that a lot of people have requested that they're just that we get to the grain. So it's just basically updates on how we're doing, how the production process is going, which is the main focus and the reason why we started doing these live streams. We won't be diving into a lot of the nitty gritties of the tech developments, but we also wanted to let you know that if at any point we mention something and anyone in the community sees that it may be interesting, maybe to check out some more like technical details on a specific topic that we mentioned on these live streams, or if you have any idea for more like tech or deep dive live stream that could be interesting to you. We're always welcoming this type of ideas. You can write us to our forum and mention those ideas there. Ideas are welcome anytime. And you can also send us a message to contact at chordata.cc if you have any suggestions for us. We're always welcome in this type of initiatives from the community. Okay. Well, on that note, let's dive into the what we've been doing throughout the past few weeks. Okay, we have amazing news in terms of the hardware. We finally have a testing batch of the hardware. This is really important because so far we've been working on units of the software, but isolated units of the software. With the hardware that we have right now, we're able to join them together and finally do a complete development process that we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. Also, having the hardware at hand, already lets us test that everything's working fine with the units we've done. This is a step that you always need to do if you're doing hardware development. Obviously, you get a batch of the complete and final production of the unit that you want to produce, and then you have to do some testing. Making sure that whether you need to fine tune any of the elements or just making sure that everything works fine. The next step after this, after we do all the testing, is gonna be passing a formal EMC test, electromagnetic test. This is just a test that puts a lot of pressure, electromagnetical pressure, on the component, so that we can test that it works fine under harsh conditions. This is also mandatory in order to get the CE marking that the European Union requires us to have in order to deliver the kits. This is a legal requirement over here, and so we're gonna be passing that. We're gonna be doing that test during the middle of June. I don't remember the exact date at the moment, but it should be around the middle of June. And what we do right now, we're taking extra caution because we don't want to delay this process any further. So we're being extra cautious on testing everything and making sure that once we get to the testing stage at the EMC test, we're already 100% sure that we're going to pass it, and we can just continue and move forward to the final production and give the give the heads up to the assembly line so that we can start producing the units that you'll be receiving soon. On that note, I don't know, Bruno, if you want to dive into the developments that we've been doing, and also I think that you have some units of the hardware right there with you. So if you want to show them, this is always a nice image to have at hand.
Yeah, it was also nice for us to finally have this by hand, and as Juancho said, it's a really important step on the development. So we finally got to start working on something concrete. So we were working on something in concrete things, but they were all, as Juancho said, isolated parts of everything, like the firm. Do you remember, guys? We were making some updates during the past year, like the firmware for the Cleceptor. We had a couple of units of these, but we didn't have the complete set to test a full body. And after that, we started the development of the notochord. Then we started the calibration process and several other things that were separated and were testing them one by one. And right now, we're, as Pancho said, in the process of incorporating all and integrating all in a single working piece of hardware. So yeah, let me show you. This is the sensor. This is what you will get. I'm kind of confused because I'm seeing the Twitch live stream and it's kind of delayed. So here it is. This is the Cleceptor and the hat for the Raspberry that will be attached on top of the Raspberry, and everything will be, just for remember you guys, everything will be connected by RJ45 cables, the one that are used for regular Ethernet communication. So one of the ideas of this design was to being able to connect everything with easy to find cables. And yeah, we're really happy with this. Everything is moving forward. In terms of development, what is happening or what was happening during the past weeks, and that's why we delayed this live stream a little, because the team was completely focused on making everything go right. Was okay. So we have, as always, the notochord module keeps growing, and we're having great results with that. We're really happy with this design decision that we took of making everything as a module, because it's showing to be really flexible and useful for us during the development and to test new things with the sensors. So we're quite happy. We think that will be a tool that once it's out there will keep growing, and is the basis of making a nice, flexible, and useful framework for motion capture. As always, we have many plans of integrating several other parts on top of the notochord, but this is the main thing. Another thing that we were developing that is new, that is something that we had planned. So now that we have the sensor, we started to finish several little pieces of hardware or little pieces of development that were not delayed, but there was an important at the time with the sensors. So this new development that I'm talking about is the so-called notochord control server, which is basically, I don't know if you guys remember or know, up until now, in order to access the system and to start the capture, a user needed to access the Raspberry or the single board computer through SSH, which is a protocol that is quite handy for people who is used to handle computers and systems and so on. But for the regular user, it's kind of hard to use. So what we're doing now is to implement this server, which exposes an HTTP API, which is just a fancy way to say something that like any program, any client can communicate easily with. And that would allow us to control the notochord and start the capture, end the capture, configure the capture remotely. So from another device, meaning that another device different from the Raspberry, which is the one making the main processing. And with simple communications, HTTP communications that are the same type of communication that your web browser does. And as you know, this will allow, for example, to implement the remote console. That is something that will allow you to access and control the capture from your smartphone. Okay, so developments quickly, as Juancho said, we will just make a quick recap today. I won't dive into code or something like that. So notochord module is one of the main developments during this past one of the main developments, and will continue to be until the MC testing. The notochord control server, we had Also, we have published the new calibration algorithm. We already made a live stream about that. There were user testing them, and so a big shout out for those of you giving us feedback, because this type of feedback is precious for our development. So they were using testing, and they found some problems with that process that are already solved. We already have worked on them algorithmically, but we still have to implement them and make another version of the add-on, which will also come with a few more improvements and new things. So we are working on that currently, and it will be out in a couple of weeks. And I think I'm not leaving anything behind. Juancho, I don't know if you remind anything else of the big things we were doing this past week. I think that's basically
the basic ones. Yeah, this is on a technical side. Obviously, we also have a lot of administrative stuff, which is the boring stuff that we never tell you about. But obviously, that's not interesting to update you on what we're doing on that front. But yeah, on that note, I think we cover at least most of the big development areas that we've been working with. Right now, it's that time where if anyone's connected at this point, if anyone wants to send us any doubts that you may have, I'm gonna be checking the email just in case there's anything that you guys have sent us. But otherwise, yeah, this is your time where you can just shoot us out with any questions that you may get. I'm not seeing anything on the email. A lot of spam, but but no questions so far. So let me see. I see we do have one on Twitch. And do you think you can deliver when testing goes well first time? So we've already, as we've said so far, we think we're staying with the first semester time frame that we've been working with. Okay, we may need a minor delay. We may have a minor delay on that, especially once we start the production after the test that has been passed in June. But the thing is, we cannot communicate with the production line before we do the testing. So we don't want to provide any update so far, okay? If we need to update any of those dates, as we have in the past, we'll communicate it right away. But it shouldn't be that much, okay? We just don't want to put any specific dates, because we know there's a lot of things going on at the moment. It shouldn't be that much, okay? Yeah.
Just to answer technically, it's like once we pass the MC testing, it will require more or less a month. Thing is, we won't have delays as we had before. Like we have all the components waiting there.
Yeah.
We have everything is already done. It's our philosophy not to say anything that not to mention dates, because there has been many delays, and we don't want to incur another time in apologies for not respecting the dates that we say. But basically, production should be a month. After that, we need to grab good answer, thank you, to grab everything and pack it up, and the normal delays of that process, but it shouldn't be much.
The normal delays that can happen, that we can foresee, okay? So this is just to get to the nitty-gritties of what could be a delay that we are foreseeing, and the reason why we're being cautious on the date, just to be really transparent on that, is the main one is delivery. We don't know how delivery is happening right now. We haven't had to deliver in a couple of years. So we want to make sure what will happen with the delivery, and that will only happen once we start actually delivering the kits, okay?
We know that there has been many changes in terms of logistics globally, so it's like something really new for us, and mostly for everyone dealing with international logistics right now. But perhaps another type of provider of anything can give you an estimate, because they have an experience of the past few months. As Juancho said, the last time we were delivering was the last beta testing.
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, much before the pandemic and so on.
So that's our main reason to be cautious on the date. But other than that, it's hard to see any huge delays further from the timeframes that Bruno was mentioning. That's why we're keeping this time frame that we've had so far. But you're gonna be updated on everything, okay? And right now, as Bruno said, we have more of a guarantee in the sense that before the delays were caused by components not being available, okay? So far, what we have is all of the components for the sensors and for the hub are already there in a warehouse, just waiting for assembly lines to start. Okay, so it's basically there. We have them with us. Okay, so that's already out of the way. So there won't be a need for an important delay on the process. There may be minor delays here and there. We're talking about weeks, possibly not months or a year as we've had in the past. Okay. So yeah, this is the best answer we can provide without giving a specific date that we cannot give at the moment because it won't be honest on our end. Okay. But yeah, that will be the most accurate estimation to provide. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for the answer because that's why we are doing these live streams. Otherwise, we will make just a regular video with updates. But the idea of making a live stream is just to have an honest and direct contact with you guys. And we really appreciate that you just go up and ask anything you want. And as you see, we just will answer with total honesty and the means we have in our hands.
Yeah. So, okay. So we have that question. I see no further questions. So if everyone's okay, we can end it here. And we're gonna be doing our live stream next month as well. Okay, we're gonna be planning that ahead. As Bruno said, the previous months, just sorry for not being able to do the live stream, but this developments needed to take place, and we thought that putting the energy on that before doing before arranging this live stream was a good idea. This is why we did it, and I think most of the community will surely agree with that. But yeah, feel free to let us know if you have any ideas for the live streams, any topics you want us to cover. And yeah, we'll keep updating you. Hopefully, the next live stream is gonna be right after we've already gone through the testing, if I'm not mistaken. Though don't quote me on that. Maybe the next one after that. But yeah, but we're getting there, guys and gals. It's gonna be we're a short time from being able to actually delivering the kits, which is what we've wanted for a long time. We're also eager to see everyone checking out all the new developments and being able to test the units once we send them. Those are going to be even more interesting live streams once we have everyone with their kits on their hands and seeing what the feedback is. But yeah, feel free to let us know if you have any ideas for further live streams, any topics you want us to cover, and thanks again for the support. Everyone has been super supportive in the community. We want to thank you for that. We want to thank all of the users that are already doing some developments. Some people that are really already self-building the open hardware versions of the kits, which is pretty interesting. A lot of information and a lot of exchanges happening in the forum right now on that. And yeah, we hope on that last note, we just hope that you have a good rest of the week. Also, that you enjoy the weekend after that, and we'll see you for the next update. Okay? Have a good one, guys and gals.
Bye, everyone.